up for Freeman.
What a catch!
That's insane. Or did he make the catch?
Oh, that may be one of the great throws ever made.
He did what?
Welcome back to Packers Derailed, brought to you by PackerProject.com. I'm your host, JJ Lahey, here with the co-hostest with the mostest, Jake, the draft robot Schyvinck. Jake, thank you for joining us today. I got to ask you, are you ready for round 2 of Stockwatch?
Sure.
Did you have fun doing Stockwatch last week? I had a lot of fun doing Stockwatch last week.
Yeah, Stockwatch is always good. I think it's going to be even better during the season.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And look, until this might have to be our last Stockwatch between now and training camp, because we're not going to get eyeballs on anybody. But fortunately, I still had a few Stockwatch questions left over from minicamp. So we have Stockwatch for today, and that's good because I was looking forward to it all stinking week. We do have Toolfus in the chat here with us. Toolfus, I do have to ask you, are you doing okay? Are you missing Tyler Dershel? We know he's your best bud. Very sorry that, he's off on his honeymoon without you and without us. But it's a good thing he's not here because Mrs. Dershel deserves to have some honeymoon time that does not include any derailing of the Packers. Here we go.
Hard if he gets in on here.
No, he already messaged me and said he won't be here. This is how dedicated he is. He messaged me, the host of a show, which he's not even like, he doesn't even work for us or anything. He's just a fan, and told us whether or not he would be in attendance.
There you go.
He's that good of a fan. Honestly,
That is
sometimes I
pretty
think
impressive.
that it's, sometimes I feel like Tool for this and Dershel are competing with each other to be our best fan. And I don't know that I have a firm answer on which one of them is our bigger fan between the two of them.
It's hard to say.
Well, here we go. Stockwatch. First question is going to be, are you buying or selling another step forward in 2026 for Lucas Van Ness? Buying or selling right now?
Another?
Mm-hmm. Yep, another step forward over what he was in 2025. So this is, you're not talking health, you're talking
No,
talent, ability on the field.
Maybe talent and ability. There might be a step up. I don't think we're going to see the pressure percentage take like leaps and bounds or anything like that. And the stat sheet, maybe in like terms of sacks, might jump because he's obviously going to play more and might convert more of those pressures to sacks. But I think the pressure percentage, if he's hovering around that number, that's kind of outrageous for a full season.
Yeah, because he was at 15% pressure rate last year.
Yeah.
If that went up from last year, that would be basically unheard of.
Yeah. I'm thinking that we're not going to see that. I think we could see him be around there. So I think like steps up. Yeah, the sack sheet production and yeah, I think 3 down ability maybe takes a little bit of a jump, but yeah.
I'm more or less of the opinion that I think LVN is going to rise to the occasion in the way that we hoped Rashawn Gary would when the Smith brothers left and become the face of the defense. And look, obviously we know long-term, face of the defense is Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is not going to be back until, Halloween time. So that's a long way from now. There's going to be a lot of games played in between now and then. And if LBN is the face of the defense, takes over as vocal leader, I think that would be humongous for this Packers defense. And if he doesn't do that, I shudder to think what we're going to have, because your other options are Edgerrin Cooper, very young, Xavier McKinney, a safety, and Zaire Franklin.
You're just hating on safeties?
You want a safety to be like the face of your entire defense? Like,
Ed Reed was once the face of a defense.
if Xavier McKinney can be our Ed Reed, I'm all about that. So maybe we should do stock watch on Xavier McKinney. You know, maybe we'll.
I would just like to point out that as of right now, said Edgerrin Cooper's young. He and LVN are the same age.
Yeah, but LVN's been in the league longer. He's been in the league longer.
He's not younger. He's more experienced in the league. I just want to make sure we're clarifying that point. He's not younger. He's less experienced in the league, I think is a better way to put it.
Words matter. I had a really long football conversation with somebody earlier, and I'm debating bringing up the topic on stream tonight to have you weigh in on it. And it's very much a words matter type of a football topic. But for now, we have to finish our stock watch game.
We got it. Yeah, we got some things on the schedule first.
We do. We got some juice. So here we go. Buying or selling Matthew Golden as a 1,000-yard X receiver this year. Buying or selling?
Sell.
Okay. Are you more selling on 1,000 yards or him playing the X?
Well, since he's the only one who can play the X, I sure hope he can play it. Because nobody else
That's
can.
why I'm asking. I was terrified that you were going to say that you didn't think he could.
I don't think we're getting 1,000 yards. I think there's going to be too much to go around.
Even in an offense that has fewer pass catchers?
I think the running backs are going to catch the ball a lot, too. I think they like Wiley enough. He'll probably be more involved.
I was about to ask which running backs you had in mind, since we don't really have a lot of running backs. And then you
Damian
just pivot
Martinez.
to Josh Wiley.
Damian Martinez, of course.
Damian Martinez, RB1, buying or selling?
Absolutely buying. Absolutely buying.
Io Joe asks, buy or sell 1,000 yards? Sell because he's getting 2,000. Oh, man. But again, words matter. Like, you can't get to 2,000 without getting 1,000. So if you're buying 2,000, you have to buy 1,000 times 2. So you got to buy double of the 1,000. I like the confidence, Io Joe.
All I can think of the Marshawn Lloyd receiving stuff is when he ran that go route from the backfield at USC. If you remember it.
Which USC?
The USC. The real one.
The USC.
The real one.
We'll
let the people figure
USC. Out. And USC.
The other one is SC. I can't, which is interesting because they definitely, the USC calls himself SC, and I don't think they should.
Well, I know that's the thing. Like,
I think we're all everything's wrong. Everything's 100% wrong there. I don't know what we're doing.
There's a little bit of a generational gap, I think. All right, you and I, a little bit on the younger side. You talk to people who are about 10 years older than you and I.
Yeah.
They all refer to the Trojans as SC.
For sure.
And so you talk to a bunch of 40-year-olds about who's the real SC, you're going to get some different answers, I think.
For sure.
You talk to our age group.
Absolutely.
We got Chris the Casual and Gary Bears Truther. I love it.
Wow.
I love it. For a second, I thought this was a Rashawn Gary.
That must be a new deal for Chris. Got to hang on to that now for a while.
It's pretty good
as they go through their process.
I will say, Jake, I am bummed that the episode that you missed a couple weeks ago, we were dunking pretty hard on the Gary Bears, and it just would have been fun to have you as part of that. So if you have been saving up any sick Gary Bears burns, I do think you need to bless us with those.
I don't think so. I feel like I've been talking about the Gare Bears for a long time now, and I just enjoy saying it. So I don't think I have anything else to add. It is interesting. It is fun, and it has been fun. I will say is when I was missing, I talked to a lot of Bears fans that week. And it was interesting, not really even the conversation about football, just the conversation about infrastructure was a lot of fun. So, just about the 3 locations.
Locations.
Yeah.
Where are you guys? Which facility are you guys going to be playing out of this year?
Yeah. Well, I will say, let me make sure I have this right.
While you're looking it up, Iowa Joe weighed on the USC versus SC thing. He says, I'm 40. I'm a man. I'm 40. And I refer to Southern Cal as USC.
Oh, yeah.
So that means South Carolina would have to be SC. Well, and there you go. You agree with Jake and I. So I guess you're just young at heart, Joe. Don't know what to tell you. You're young at heart, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
What you got, Jake?
It would be nice to take a train to where their site is, honestly. Just a direct one there. Would be cool.
Right past the landfill. Right past the landfill.
Well, there's probably some nearby, yeah.
Tool for this says SC is Santa Claus. No, it's Scott Calvin. Obviously.
It's Santa Clara, people. What do you mean?
My 3-year-old daughter asked me, who do I hate more, the Bears or the 49ers? And I had to be honest with her and say, look, in my heart, it's the Bears. But in actuality, it kind of depends on the year. Because sometimes the Bears will get really, really bad. And the Niners are causing a lot more emotional damage. And so...
Oh, I wish we had that audio.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, we're going to have that. That's going to be on here next week.
We probably could find it here.
Oh, wait. You know what?
Sound effect. If we had Chris on here right now. Oh, there's a Uncle Roger Uncle Roger soundboard website. Let's see.
I can't use
what I need to do.
I can't use my Discord. I can't go in there since I'm in here. But
so here's what's bugging me though. They don't have the emotional damage. They have.
I will
else.
grab it from.
I got everything else in here. Okay.
I can get it. Not this week though.
We got Drew in here. He says, "What's up, boys? What up, Drew? Appreciate seeing you on here." Drew, I need to send you a DM. So if you don't hear from me, remind me that I forgot to DM you. I had a question for you. Because you're my hookup for good Packers swag. Let's see here. And I would just say I still haven't forgiven the 49ers for trading Joe Montana.
Well, the Chiefs needed to be relevant for a little bit.
If you're
it's just more of a lending thing.
Again, this is a generational gap. Like, I'm sure I would have cared a lot about that if I were a little older than I am. And Chris says, it's funny to me because Chicago has been using Hammond and Gary as their personal landfill for almost 70 years, and now they can build their new Barry Stadium on top of it. That's amazing. I love it. I love it.
That's pretty good.
All right. Final stock watch, Jake. Here we go. Aaron Banks makes us forget about him. Buying or selling?
Sell. What are we talking about? We're going to know who this guy is all year. Just prepare yourself now. Stretch, get the like warm up the vocal cords for how mad you're going to be at Aaron Banks. Like, I don't know.
I'm actually buying on this one because I think that he's going to miss so much time this year.
Okay.
That we'll forget his name.
That's interesting. Now we're.
He can't even practice right now. Why did we ever pay this guy?
Now we're galaxy braiding there. That's good. I like that.
Joe says Aaron Banks, more like Aaron, no thanks. Amen, brother. Amen. Tool for this, a.k.a. Aaron, says, sharing a name with Aaron Banks makes me sad. How do you think I feel being named the same name as J.J. McCarthy? It's not a nice thing, man. It's not.
Yeah.
Okay. Jake, I want to pitch to you.
Slider? Circle change?
How about a four-seam fastball?
Oh, right.
Tulfa said you at least have J.J. Watt. I'm not going to get into it, but I do not like J.J. Watt, so it's not a plus for me. No, there's a guy being linked to the Packers just by
No, thank you.
bloggers. Listen, Jake, I don't need that from you. Come on
No,
now.
thank
Come
you.
on now.
No, thank you.
Dylan Carter, a writer over at Fansided, suggests that Curtis Samuel might be a nice pairing for the Packers. Now,
Oh, wait. I know why.
Samuel's 29 years old. He's a 9-year NFL vet. Last year was really derailed by injuries for him, but he's got a career average 66% catch rate, 10.5 yards per catch over his career. And the pitch that Dylan is making is that Reed and Watson don't have a great track record of staying on the field for a whole year. And so Dylan argues that there could likely be a scenario this year where you are thin on numbers due to tweaked hamstrings, ankles, whatever. Reed, Watson missing some time, and that a cheap, experienced vet like Samuel would be a really nice insurance policy, so you don't have to be playing Sky Moore or Jerry Rice's kid. Thoughts from you, Mr. Schyvinck?
I have a better idea. Okay. Ready for this?
I'm looking down at the media thing. I see that you are sharing something.
All right. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. Curtis Samuel.
Any day.
You may join this team. I like it. But what are you going to be playing? Let's go back to Ohio State.
There you go.
Let's go back to Ohio State for Curtis Samuel. Carrying the ball 172 times.
He was an H-back.
Right.
An H-back with freak speed.
Yeah.
Matt LaFleur, listen, the Josiah DeGuara ship has sailed. Who is the guy we had right before him? Not John. Well, there was John Lovett, but who is the guy who we had? Who was our fullback that we had?
Rip. Young Rip.
Who's the fullback that we had? No. In the LaFleur era, his first year, we had this guy, and he got tackled at the 1-yard line, and LaFleur was so ticked about it. What was that guy? Yeah, Joe's got it. Danny Vitale. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh.
Listen,
Yikes. Yeah.
LaFleur had a lot of fun playing Danny Vitale, and then was never able to find somebody after that who could play the role.
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel as the speedy fullback, or H-back in its offense. Heck yeah.
I would just play him at running back, honestly. I mean,
It's not the worst idea.
7.5 yards per carry at Ohio State, 15 touchdowns. Obviously, you mentioned the catch rate, and I think that matters too. Like, what do these running backs need to be able to do? You got to catch the football, right? And if everybody, this is like a shifty version. Like when you have the 7-step drop, super vertical passing attack Green Bay has, right? You need guys who are a threat underneath to stress that second level of coverage to force them to come down and make plays at you, because you have a bulldozer in Kraft, right? That's what he does. He's a bulldozer. You might have a shifty, speedy guy who's going to be able to stress them a lot underneath in Curtis Samuel here. If you play him at running back, that's what I would do. I would not play him at receiver.
If you played him at H-back,
I would like to do
if
this.
you played him at H-back, you might reinvigorate Matt LaFleur's desire to live and his love for football, because I've been questioning those two things lately.
My question is, if playing him at H-back is like a massive tell on your throwing the football. That's my only thing. Like an H-back who cannot actually like smash into linebackers at all, I think gives the defense a pretty good idea of what's going on.
But you're out here literally suggesting that we make him a running back.
Yeah, that makes more sense. He's 196 pounds. Like these H-backs are got to have some size to him.
He's 196 pounds right now. Have you seen what some cheese curds from good old Wisconsin can do to a man?
I have. I don't think we can get him there, but I think like the idea of him being sort of the Green Bay is just drafted these 220-pound hammers all the time at running back, or signed them pretty much, and like having somebody who's a little bit different in that regard, I think would go a long way. So yeah, I'm in on this if he's playing running back. this season.
I'm in on it regardless because I think he's better at football than Sky Moore, and I would like another
true.
body in the wide receiver room. But listen,
Wait a minute. He
you
got returns on
very
here?
conceivably sign him
Yes.
after one of our guys gets injured.
Yes.
What was your question?
We've got some stuff here in the kick return department on top of it, which
You may notice that little symbol next to the 2014 season that he won a natty due to his incredible kick return abilities. So
that's right. It's true.
Joe says he needs a Kroll's Butterburger and a side of curds stat. Chris says Eddie Lacy's China food. There's
Listen, whatever we want to do. I thought about it. I appreciate JJ talking me down immediately and saying, no, you should listen to this. Think about it. And yeah, running back / returner. Yes, please.
Please. What about? Okay, here's the image I'm going to use for him this time. See,
is this another guy who's played on the Bills?
He's played for every NFL team ever, and most college teams as well.
Oh,
all right, not a lot of college teams.
Sure. He's played for SC. It would seem.
Jason LaCanfora wrote an article talking about Jadeveon Clowney. And he was making the case for why he thought the Packers were a particularly good fit for Clowney. And as you might imagine, the entire argument was they don't got no pass rushers until Micah Parsons comes back, which is not a bad argument to make. Clowney said that he talked to a current NFL executive who said, quote, he has a hunch that Clowney ends up with the Packers. LaCanfora went on to say that Clowney is in no hurry to sign anywhere, according to sources with knowledge of Clowney's situation. And at this stage of his career, even training camp or a full training camp is not a prerequisite for him. Would you be in on Clowney, and at what price?
Yeah, I think I was trying to pull up stuff here, and NFL Pro is really annoying sometimes. If I'm not mistaken, he had 9 sacks last year, which to me is kind of hilarious because I can't imagine any of those are super high quality sacks, but I guess we never know. Oh wow, his QB pressure percentage was 18%. What? That can't be
227 attempts and 40 pressures, so that number tracks.
What the heck? Wow.
Let me see here. He had 3 games of 6 pressures.
He played for Dallas.
Yeah.
How did he do that without Parsons on the team?
He had 6. There you go. That's the answer. He had 6 games of 4 pressures or more. He had 9 sacks. All 9 of those sacks came in those 6 games where he had 4 pressures or more. So he was certainly disruptive.
We're converting here.
He played just 141. He was pretty much a pass rush specialist. Played only 141 run defense snaps,
which is
doubled that for pass rush attempts. But he was
fascinating.
When he was out there, he was out there kind of a lot. So he played week 4 against the Packers.
This is fascinating.
Week 4 against the Packers, he played 23 snaps. He had a pressure on Jordan Love and a hurry and 2 tackles. Hey, Jen.
Look up Jadeveon Clowney sacks right now from last season. NFL Pro, please play them for me. I want to see them.
I'd like to see them too. I wish you could play them on the stream without getting us in trouble, but don't.
Whatever. NFL can
Joe says Wendell Ferreira also mentioned Clowney and Joey Bosa.
Listen,
isn't Joey Bosa under contract?
I didn't think so.
Joey Bosa.
I thought he signed a 1 year last year.
Yeah,
for Buffalo.
No, he's not with anybody.
Can he stay on the field?
I seem to recall that he had kind of fallen off. I didn't watch a lot of.
I seem to recall he doesn't seem to play very often.
So he
Seems to
had,
be a Bosa thing, apparent, which is kind of unfortunate because Nick Bosa, I think, would have been perhaps one of the better ones in recent memory if he could have. But
he was over 10% on his pressures last year. Not a very good run defender at all. He had a 26 tackling grade from PFF last year.
That's Bosa
14
did?
missed tackles. Joey Bosa. Yeah, 14
Holy
missed
smoke.
tackles.
I have to imagine, JJ, that a lot of that comes from just not being able to change direction as quickly as he used to. Where he's like coming up empty
Drew's
because
asking
he just cannot.
how his ACL is.
Who can say, man? Who can say?
Interesting. Wow, this is so interesting. Last year, he played the fourth most snaps of his entire career. In 2017, he had 850 snaps. 2021, he had 847 snaps. 2019, he had 836. Then, last year, he had 654. He's never had more than 563 in any other year. That's really interesting.
Interesting.
According to PFF, although last year was certainly a down year for him, the only really noticeable drop-off was his run defense. His tackling has been bad for a few years in a row now. Pass rush was still really good. So, I mean, look, I guess here's an interesting question for you. For the same price, would you rather have Clowney or Bosa?
I might even throw a third name in here, but we can answer this one first. I just wanted to check this third guy because I know he's still free agent too. Yeah.
Jen asks, isn't Clowney the creepy one? No, you're just thinking of clowns. Clowns are
yes. About a decade ago, that was a big thing. It's a big thing about a decade ago. I think what's so interesting about Clowney was always the debate of like he can't rush the passer very well. He was always like you bring him on the early downs, set the edge, disrupt on the edge, right? Be the force player, all that stuff. And now 2 of the last 3 seasons, the pressure percentage is actually impressive, and he's got 17.5 sacks in 2 of those, like 2 of the 3 seasons. So that's fascinating to me. I always viewed Clowney as like a cleanup sack guy, an effort sack guy who was going to be the run defense early down. Like, yeah, you want me to set an edge, I'll set an edge.
Emotional damage.
Which he often was that. So that's interesting that he's kind of transitioned into that. I mean, to me, then, if you're going to pay both, if both are going to get the same, like, I would probably bet on Clowney to have just stay on the field more.
Isn't that interesting? Like, that's kind of the direction I was going as well.
I think that's what I would do. Now, can we throw a third name into the mix here?
Yeah.
Hassan Reddick.
Let's
throw a third name in here for fun, because he's got familiarity, right? Throw that out there with Gannon, right?
Wait. Pop quiz. How many NFL teams has Reddick played for?
5.
Yeah.
I can think of all of them.
But can you get them in the correct order?
Yeah, I can get with it. So Arizona drafted him 13th overall.
13th overall in the
2018 NFL
17.
draft. 2017. Okay. Oh yeah, because that's right. I think he didn't go to Philly next. That's where people make the mistake. He went somewhere else first, and he went Carolina. Carolina was his next stop. Then he went to Philly.
For Carolina. Yep.
Then he went to Philly. Then there was that weird thing, Jets, kind of nonsense.
Wait. How long was he at each stop though?
Oh, I don't know. Carolina probably not very long. If he was 2017 draft pick, that means they didn't pick up the option. Because he couldn't have been on 5 teams then. If he had 2, I know he spent 2 years in Philly, so he couldn't have been on 5 teams
indeed.
then.
Yep.
So they declined the 5th year, so that 5th year of his career must have been in Carolina, then 2 in Philly, Jets, then Tampa Bay last year. which maybe he is retired. I don't remember. But
he played as many snaps in
comes up
2024 and 2025 combined as he had played in any of his last few stops at Philly and Carolina and his final season in Arizona.
Yeah.
He did not play very much these last 2 years. Jen said, I think I'd rather have Sweat. Here's the big thing.
For sure.
Here's
but if
the
we're talking
huge
strictly free agents.
But you don't have to give up any capital to go get any of these three guys we're talking about right here. I think Reddick is a free agent.
No, he should be. He may have retired.
He's a free agent right now. Most recent news story involving him. Sports Illustrated, is Hassan Reddick the Vikings' answer at number 3 edge rusher?
Yeah, I wanted to throw him in there because it's more interesting. Yeah, because he is going to be the more pass rusher, which is weird because I never think of Clowney as that guy. But apparently that's the case. I would still lean after looking at Reddick's last couple seasons. Yeah,
I'd be a hard pass on Reddick for any
doesn't
price.
look
Like I just don't
great.
want him on the field. I would rather roll the dice with the crop of young guys we have on the roster already. But I would take Clowney over Bosa. I would take Bosa over trusting in Barron Sorrell as our only option.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
would
fair.
take Josh Sweat over either of those two guys probably. Although Clowney's kind of close.
Yeah, the more I thought, I did not expect to see pass rush production numbers from Clowney.
I know.
Which is where I was going to be like, oh, I don't know. Like, oh, him and LVN on early downs, that's kind of nice. Like, so, they're not going to do too much there. Like Bosa, I don't know. I know he played
Would you say that Clowney deserves the ball?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, one of the all-time calls. Bosa's play since 2018. Bosa's played 15 games or more 3 times. In and out of the lineup in 24. So he had 14 games played, but didn't start a lot. It just feels like it feels like there's, and especially as we've seen now, right? He played 803 snaps in 21, at least from NFL Pro. You see that number start to creep upwards the last 3 years, which is like, it feels like for somebody who has had his history, I'd be worried that we won't see him enough. And that's probably what separates it from me. But yeah, it'll be fascinating. If they really don't want to go the Sweat route, they don't want to give up what Arizona's asking, which again, we've talked about that ad nauseum of like, JJ, you've hammered it home about Arizona has no reason to get this done now. They can milk this. They can really.
I hammer a lot of things, to be honest.
It's teams who are in contention, who are stressed and feel like they might need to push themselves a little bit to make a quote unquote win now move. Mm-hmm. That desperation, they're just going to capitalize on it. So,
I mean, it's completely plausible that Arizona could play their cards right and milk some team for a second round pick.
Yeah,
some team that gets really, really desperate. All right, we have a voicemail that was sent in to us by our friend Daddy Zap. And he requested that I put this picture on screen anytime I play a voicemail from him. And this voicemail has been sitting in the inbox for a minute because I wanted to see if things were going to develop a little bit. Take it away, Daddy. I want to see what he says here.
This is going to be my most unpopular opinion. If Josh Jacobs' claims are substantiated, he gets charged, he gets suspended for 10, 12 games, whatever it is, right? I don't think we should trade for a running back. I think we load up on UDFAs. Hopefully they get just somebody that's a solid depth piece that they could ride with. But what I really want is Jordan Love to be pushed to the centerpiece of this offense. Yes, they like to run a balanced scheme, and it makes it easier for Jordan to pass, but I want everything to run through Jordan. I want them to be forced to just embrace him as the focal point of the offense. I like balance and all that stuff, but if we're going to go somewhere with this team, he needs to be at the centerpiece. He needs to get to 35, 40 touchdowns. He needs to be an MVP candidate. And that's the path to the Super Bowl. I know that if Gannon's defense hits, it could be good for us as well, but I just want this guy. I'm just tired of running, and I understand it's an offensive line issue. I'm not saying that Josh Jacobs is a bad back, but I'm tired of these first down, we're going to run for 2 yards. Then the second down, we're going to run for 2 yards. Now it's 3rd and 6, and Jordan has to bail you out. I would just like to embrace that Jordan is the centerpiece, and we could do a little bit more to make him the focal point. And if we could just do 10% more of Jordan, he could be like an MVP, because we've seen him have high-level quarterback play. So that's my unpopular opinion. I don't want to trade for a running back. I just want to embrace more of Jordan. Chris Brooks is a blocking running back. Yes, he's a one-cut running back. I'm sure this guy could get 50, 60 yards a game. If Marshawn Lloyd could stay healthy, he could be something, okay? But it's not about a running back. It's about Jordan, this passing attack, and him taking that next step as an MVP-caliber quarterback. That's all I got.
Well, thanks, Daddy Zap. Appreciate you muchly. So let's break this down real quick, Jake. I think there's kind of 3 main points to dissect here.
Yeah.
And we'll start with should we go get another running back if Josh Jacobs isn't available? What would your answer be to that, and how much weight would you assign to the Packers' ability to create in the run game to the offensive line versus the running back? How would you weight that, and how would that affect your decision making about what your methodology would be in trying to make sure we have a running back?
Okay, so in terms of like how let's put it this way, running the football is so much entanglement that it's very difficult to separate a lot of the second and third tier running backs. And I think when you look at the real difference makers at running back, they can definitely create on their own for sure, and that's what makes them different. But a lot of the time, their success is entangled with the success of the offensive line. And I think that's where you kind of saw the problems last year with Jacobs doesn't have anywhere to go. Offensive line's not giving him a lot. There was just so many times on the front side of runs that defensive linemen are resetting the line of scrimmage, and it was not beneficial at all. So I do think a lot of running back production is tied to offensive line play for sure, and that comes back to the evergreen argument of why you taking running backs in the top 10 of an NFL draft if you don't have an infrastructure in place to capitalize with that entanglement to create success early, right? Like that's what that argument boils down to, which is a really good one. Yeah, I mean, should they go trade for a guy? I mean, it depends on what we're kind of talking about here. I know we floated out for fun, Jonathan Taylor, right? That was a fun time to do. But really, it should be
Tyler Algier. I think that was a more
Algier
fun,
would be a really good one,
great
yes. And I think
discussion to me.
Yeah, I think that would be a great one. I do think that they should be very. I mean, the real thing here is if Jadarian Price goes out and dominates preseason, maybe Seattle might say, maybe we don't need Emmanuel Wilson. Like, I'd be very much monitoring that situation.
Chris and I did a whole thing on this.
I would be very much monitoring that. Like, if he's
right now,
really good.
He's competing for, like, RB5 as it is.
So, and Charbonnet's going to be back.
Deep RB room.
Yeah, Charbonnet's going to be back. Like, I would still monitor that situation in Seattle.
Uh-huh.
Not to mention, again, a bunch of other guys who, you look at, year 1, year 2, year 3 running backs who don't have a lot of tread out there, who are still young players, still developing. There could be some rookies, especially in this class, who get stashed on the practice squad. And if you really like one of them and you're like, we really like this Katron Allen fella, and Washington decides, hey, we're going to put him on the practice squad, you can go, yep, we'll take him. I would be 100% monitoring all of that. Like, I understand that versus going to get a running back, 100%. Like, I do get it. I don't know what Arizona would be asking for Algier. I think that's a pretty perfect one if they were going to do that. But,
or Vidal,
yeah, no problem
Vidal
going.
Or Algier. Algier kind of feels like the golden goose.
Yeah. I want to look at depth charts and see if I can find some of the, like, big ones. We can circle back on that kind of to end that. And,
sure.
And talk about
while
it
we're doing that,
move to the next one.
Well, Go Pack Go All Day says, I think the Packers might have solved their O-line issues. Banks' injuries moved Jordan Morgan in the guard position. Packers drafted Jagger Burton so that Jordan Morgan can play offensive tackle. You have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's possible he doesn't. We kind of talked about, like, are you buying Jagger Burton playing a lot of snaps this year? And it was kind of like, yeah, if Belton or Banks is not good, right, that, like, might be need to try something different. So, yeah, very possible as well.
You got the depth charts for us?
I'm looking. There's not. I'm having.
So, the other thing I want to unpack, because it's been kind of a thing. People have been talking about like Jordan Love versus Matt LaFleur, right? And is Matt LaFleur holding Jordan Love back? And is Jordan Love being asked, kind of protected and kind of, managed, right? Or is Matt LaFleur really letting him unleash it and uncork it? And so there was a tweet going around earlier this week about comparing Jordan Love and Matthew Stafford's passing attempts, and Stafford had like 40% more dropbacks than Jordan Love did, and people are going, "Oh my gosh!" Like, if you gave Jordan Stafford's passing attempts, he'd be at like 5,600 passing yards and 41 touchdowns, like, and then they immediately made the leap to, and this is why Matt LaFleur is holding Jordan Love back. It's like, well, they didn't play remotely similar number of games at all, and Jordan Love missed time and got bounced in the first round of the playoffs, and the Rams made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. Like, it's apples and oranges. And the two quarterbacks had about the same number of passing attempts. They had the same number of passing attempts per game. Yes. Per offensive snap played, their dropbacks were basically identical. And Jordan Love, I think it would be wildly inaccurate to categorize him as anything other than a very aggressive downfield passer, which is why he does have a lot of interceptions. He is a very aggressive thrower of the football. Now, if you're looking for areas where he could clean up his game, for sure, would love to see fewer, brain fart interceptions from him with the game on the line. That's kind of been a thing the last few years. Would like to see those come down a bit. But it's a aggressive passing game that the Packers have. Extremely aggressive.
Yes.
I'm not sure how you make that more aggressive. And, like, you look across the NFL, there's not a wide range in the run-pass splits across the league. And again, the Rams and Packers were basically identical in terms of what percentage of offensive plays your quarterback is out there, he's dropping back to throw the ball. So I just off the cuff, it's a nice thing to say, like, hey, let's run the ball less and throw the ball more, and then Jordan's going to have better stats, and therefore the offense is going to be better. I think the actual answer is you need to block better, especially run blocking. You need a better run blocking offensive line if you want a more productive offense.
I agree. Yeah, I think
You can
that's
go ahead
the
and
thing.
share what you want to share here.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is when you look at this, you know, and you go, okay, you know, I thought it was interesting. He brought up like Green Bay run, and then put it all on his plate. Guess what the Rams did a lot last year, people? Exactly that. And you know what? They got it done. They got it done a lot. You go back and watch the Rams. They are 4 yards with Kyron Williams on first down a lot. They have no problem running into the teeth of defense and succeeding, right? That was really a difference last year. The Packers ran the ball really well in 24. You know, game plan really didn't change a whole lot in 25. It was just not as successful. And Rams deployed a bunch more tight ends, got to a lot more out of that. Like this Rams and Packers offense is, as you said, JJ, in terms of like the splits. And I was going to see, where am I?
Imagine that Sean McVay and Matt LaFleur having a similar offensive philosophy and strategy. That's crazy. Never could have seen that coming.
Let's see here. All right. Passing over expectation. Let's talk about passing over expectation for Green Bay. Yeah. So again, they are a little lower in expectation, right? To pass. This is probably the one that is what's going to irk most people here, right? Is the third and shorts, because all year we kind of saw that was not working, and they were still a team who was, you know, not passing as much relative to expectation on that stuff. That I understand. And after a rush on first, they were still a little bit lower. So I get it. I'm just going to pull up the Rams here and see if it's any different. I haven't looked at this.
Does this, what you're looking at, does it give us the ability to compare?
Okay, so they were much more pass over expectation in certain things. But why were they more why do you think
this is situational. This is not, it's not, you know, just raw passing.
I mean, it is all plays. You have an all plays tab here too.
But it's over expected though.
Yeah. Are you just looking for like? Well, you already mentioned the splits, right? The raw splits,
right?
And right. So ultimately, last year, why you're going to see the Rams are passing more relative to expectation. Well, one, they have a more successful running game, so they have teams in conflict a lot better than Green Bay did last year. That's just fact. So them being able to be successful in both phases allows them to do this. It allows them to pass more over expectation because of the defense having to, one, potentially be in base when they're in 13, right? Which they did plenty last year, right? And that they, again, have to respect the fact that the Rams, for a bunch throughout last season, were like, yeah, we'll run Kyron 7 straight. What are you going to do about it? And not many teams did enough about it, right? And so I understand that, like, when you look at the QB stuff, especially this advanced stuff about, you know, we're looking at EPA per play, completion percentage over expectation, like Jordan Love was better in both than Stafford last year. Absolutely. And so I understand, and I think what he did really well at the end of the voicemail was like, it doesn't need to be 100% pass. He didn't say, no, we need to be in the shotgun a bunch and just rip it, which, yeah, who wants to be like the Chiefs and Bengals offense? I don't think you do, right? Who won the Super Bowl last year? What were they doing on offense? They were under center a bunch. And so, yeah, you know, you bump the percentage up a couple percentage points, right, in terms of pass over expectation and just raw passing, right? But you're still successful under center. A lot of this comes back to the fact that they just need to, if they want to unleash more of Jordan Love, they need to be successful in both phases, because that allows them to go, okay, what, kind of like the what do you think I'm going to do now type of thing, right? Like they can't be in a situation where they're just like, this is the only thing we can do, and this is what we're going to do, right? Like they have it, and a lot of it is going to, it's not a LaFleur doesn't trust Love. I think LaFleur does not trust the offensive line enough, especially as we went through the season, to be like, yeah, we're going to drop back 50 times. We're just not going to, we're not going to do that. We can't do that. Is the pass protection good enough? I think it was fine, but it clearly wasn't. It was a step down from 2024. So, I do understand. I understand, because as we looked at the third and short, the second and mediums, right? They're not passing as much. But I think LaFleur wanted to get to the point where, all right, we have to respect all of this because of how successful they're being by the second half of games. That's where LaFleur wants to be. He wants to be like, all right, we've been successful here, and here. We're setting all this up for what we can do to try to get them to adjust, but we're going to be ready for that adjustment type of thing. Like that's what he's preparing for. And unfortunately, it just didn't materialize last year running the football. But you cannot go into Bengals mode or Chiefs mode. We've seen those Chiefs especially. You've seen that offense just sputter because Reed will not adjust to what is working across the league now. That's why they may have gone out and get Ken Walker. I get that I'm like all over the place, perhaps, or just going down bigger rabbit holes, perhaps with this. But like that's kind of where I'm at. Like I understand wanting to have the ball in Love's hands more. But what's going to make this work is being successful everywhere offensively. It's going to allow him to have the ball more. Just is how it is.
Here's something crazy.
Yes.
So this is via Sharp Football Analysis. This is Warren Sharp. The two teams in shotgun the least last year. Seahawks and Rams.
Can't believe that. That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
At the other end of the spectrum,
who would have thought of that?
The spectrum, you got the Commanders were in the gun 86.9% of the time. The Rams were in the gun 39.9%.
How the Commanders do last year? Does anyone have that? Anyone have those numbers up?
So,
why did the Commanders fire Kingsbury?
The Rams and the Seahawks. The Seahawks were at 45.2%. If you're wondering about the Packers, they were all the way up at 61.8%. So more than half of their snaps were in the shotgun, out of the shotgun. And that puts them kind of middle of the pack. Looks like average would be about 65%. There's a whole pile of teams sitting right at 65%.
Sure.
Here's an interesting one. The Seahawks and Packers virtually identical in no huddle rate at about 7.5%.
Who was the highest? Was it the Saints?
The highest was the Commanders at 60% no huddle. And then the Saints at 22.8.
Okay, so the Saints were okay. You're going to see a lot of no huddle.
The Saints were not running a real offense last year. I'm sorry.
Their pace of playing it out. They're going to get as many plays as they can in. Good
I mean
news
the Commanders.
For...
Sorry, the Commanders. What I'm trying to say. The Commanders. 60%.
Yeah, there was.
It's not a real.
The Kingsbury thing worked. Again, when everything was in sync. When things get a little out of sync and teams have seen what the Kingsbury offense is going to try to get to, you got to have answers and adjust to it. Kingsbury didn't really have the tools, I think, to adjust. And that's why David Blau is the offensive coordinator now, who has studied under what Johnson and Campbell have been doing now. So
here's a fun one. So dead last in air yards per attempt with the Pittsburgh Steelers at 6. Dead last.
I can't believe that.
The Packers were fourth most in the NFL. Which three teams do you think were ahead of them? The Packers were at 8.8. The team at number 1 was 9.2.
It's got to be Seattle that's ahead of them, I would think.
Seattle was not. Seattle was middle of the pack. They were about 16th.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
The other three teams I don't think are very surprising. Well, maybe one of them a little bit.
In yards per attempt.
Air yards per attempt.
Oh, well, the Eagles had to have a bunch of air yards
There
per
you
attempt because they just threw it up to Brown. Yeah. Okay.
That's going to change a little bit this year, I think. So, so Eagles at 9.
They might draft Sorsby, man. They might do that.
The other two should not surprise you in the slightest.
Air yards.
Cool if this is guessing Rams and Buffalo. I'll tell you, you are batting 500 there.
I would assume the Rams.
It is the Rams.
Buffalo
Buffalo's
did not.
really
They
not
just
close.
didn't. They didn't have. They didn't have that guy to do any of that. They were very much keep it to the chest.
They were 11th fewest in the NFL.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. Oh man, air yards per attempt. Oh! Is it our other Super Bowl participant? Perhaps.
It is indeed.
Yeah. Okay.
The Fighting Drake
Patriots.
Mazes.
Sure, for sure.
We got the entire chat.
So you're telling
guessing
me?
the
So you're
AFC
telling me
North.
Philly had some high air yards per attempt last year, and the Patriots also did. And the Patriots said, "You know what we're gonna do." Crazy! Can't believe they did that. They better hope. The Patriots better hope that they get 2024 AJ Brown though.
Do you have any interest in hearing where the Packers rank in play action and motion among the league?
Yes, I would love to know.
So as far as play action, by the way, the Seahawks are pretty low. The Bengals were the lowest at 11.2, and the Seahawks were only 14.5. The Rams
Can't believe the
led
Bengals
league.
were low.
The Rams led the league with 21.3%.
Sure.
Where would you guess the Packers rank? I will tell you they're
13th.
either right next to the Seahawks or right next to the Rams.
I would say, okay, wait, the Seahawks were where?
They were 11th fewest.
11th fewest. Okay, so they were 21st? 22nd? I would say the Packers are 19th.
Basically-ish. I'm not doing the math on air, but they were 15th fewest.
Okay.
So right in the middle, 59%.
Okay.
Basically identical numbers to the Seahawks. That's play action. And then motion. Again, the Seahawks pretty much average. So you had the Dolphins had the most motion at 67.5.
Can't believe that.
Of their plays. And the Giants were the fewest.
Get ready, Chargers fans. Get ready. Give some fun.
Giants were the fewest at 38.7. So the Seahawks were kind of in the middle at 54. And the Packers, do you think they were really high or really low?
I'm going to say 18th.
They were 8th most. Basically tied neck and neck with the Bears. The Bears were just a team ahead.
Sure.
So they come in at 7th and 8th, Bears and Packers.
Okay, so higher motion.
Which, I'm going to be honest,
lower play.
I more prefer having our offenses compared to the Rams and Seahawks than I do the Bears. But the Bears were not terrible on offense last year.
No. Because they have one of the probable goats of our lifetime, unfortunately, on their team. Which you hate to see, by the way. Which you simply hate to see, but it is what it is.
There's a lot of things we hate to see in Gary, Indiana. Before we segue here, Tool for this says, for the first time in 6 years, I have internet where I live. I'm finally able to watch you guys on my TV. Jake's mustache is letting me down. And he said that I'm just mad he didn't handlebar it. I will say, Jake, now that we're actually at 1,000 subscribers, maybe you do need to give us the mustache.
We said pre-draft that we needed it by draft weekend. We didn't get there.
Do you love our fans or no? That's the real question.
Here's the thing. You want a challenge? Fine. Let's do this. We get to 1,500 before the season. I guarantee I'll do it. I'll leave it all season long.
Training camp's gonna have to do a lot of the heavy lifting there.
That's the point.
Right now is the dry period.
That's the point.
It is hard. You put something out there on the football interwebs right now. It does not do numbers right now. My football friends don't want to talk football right now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand. I understand that there's other things going on. We as a country are hosting some things at the moment.
Baseball.
And so, yeah, there's other things, and you get to have that little bit of break. So I get it. And I get that not everybody's going to be invested in late July either, to be honest. They're just kind of hoping just practice, don't get hurt. Let's get to the season type of thing. So,
especially with a lot of our superstars being injured right now. Like how excited are people going to be to tune in?
That's fine. You know what? They can't get. You know what's great? They can't get injured in training camp. That's probably the good news about the stars right now that are hurt. They can't get hurt in training camp. So
I don't want our
guess,
superstars to get hurt in training camp. Monkey paw curls. They're still last year.
Yeah. Well, they can't get hurt, and they can't. So.
All right. So listen. I gotta do the segue here because we're gonna hop into the thing. So I'm gonna do the segue so we have a nice clean thing for the audio. Get ready.
Yeah.
All right, Jake. We're doing this. This was your baby. This is what you wanted to do.
Yes.
We're bringing back the NFL wheel. I will say,
I didn't look at.
You're gonna have to, if you're listening to the audio only version of this one, you're gonna have to really summon up your imagination. We got this big, beautiful Wheel of Fortune looking wheel. We're gonna spin the wheel, and what you told me you wanted to do with this was, and I quote because I wrote it down: rank the biggest fall-offs.
Oh, okay.
I think it'd be fun for us to start.
So we gotta
with
put in
the
order.
whole NFL, and then
Fascinating.
do.
That's
The
fascinating.
NFC North.
Yeah.
Do you remember how do we write the thing down though? Does it just pop up in here? I have two different. I got this one right here, and then I think you're not looking at your screen.
Sorry.
I got this one, or I have this is the one I think that you usually use.
Okay. So
How do we like? Because we're supposed to like rank it too.
Wasn't
right?
there? Yeah. Wasn't there one of those? What did we use last time?
I don't know. You usually drive on this. If you have it, you can drive.
Have I driven on this?
We could just use Tier Maker for it.
Oh yeah, I would just do a tier maker, but have the wheel in a and then we can flip to it, I guess. Am I
All right.
Olaf?
Here's this.
No, maybe. Okay.
So
Can just drop one of them, I guess. Or do you want to do 6? We could do 6.
how many do you want to do? Let's do. Let's do the NFC North first, right?
Okay. The biggest fall offs in the NFC North. So we don't need to spin the wheel then.
You're the one who wanted to spin the wheel in the first place.
Well, NFC North, what if we don't land on them? On the wheel.
Oh, I forgot I wasn't sure in that tab. Here you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? Oh,
Here you
you
go.
have it. Okay.
I have it.
Okay. So what we're ranking fall offs,
Well, it works better with the whole NFL.
or we're just trying to so how are we ranking the NFC North here? Is it with biggest fall offs, or are we doing that as a whole NFL? We're doing the North with something else.
I think we should rank NFL teams first with the wheel, just NFL teams,
Love it.
and then
Okay.
we rank the NFC North by where we expect them to
Okay.
end the season, and
Okay.
frame that from a fall off
Okay. We'll
perspective.
frame it from a fall off. So this is, if we want to start here. So this, we've done this the last 2 off seasons at least, right? Where we have said, okay, you're going to spin for 5 teams. How are they going to finish in 2024 or 2025? Right? And then we've done the second wheel spin for 2 to 3 years down the road. Where do you see these teams and what order? And obviously can't place it's like those things you see on reels all the time of like, you don't know what's coming next. So you got to try to plan ahead. 2 years ago, absolute dominance from myself, from just straight up calling things. I don't think that's going to happen again. But yeah, that's what we're working with. We'll both do it, which I think makes it extra fun. But so first is going to be 2026, just the 2026 season. 5 teams. How do they finish? Do we have 5?
teams.
Do we have 5 set up? We just
Yes,
gotta add
we
one
do.
more. We just got to add one more. We're good. Perfect.
There we go.
Perfect. Little green or blue. Isn't that fantastic?
We're
All
gonna
right.
do cyan.
Little cyan. Shout out Among
All right.
Us for the
I'm gonna have you go
card.
first.
All right, I'm going first.
Should we play Among Us on our live stream sometime while we talk ball?
While we talk ball, I mean,
Yeah, while we talk
we
ball.
need to. Well, we need to create a Packer Project Discord. Then people can get Among Us. Then we can play it.
Oh,
You
yes.
know, as a group.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say one of our listeners has written to me like a dozen times now, begging for you and I to play Madden against each other on the stream.
That'd be
And the biggest reason I haven't brought it up to you is I don't, from a tech, as the producer of the show,
I can do
trying to get that set up feels like such a headache.
that. I mean,
I have Madden on my Xbox. I don't have it on my laptop.
Okay. I don't have Madden, but if I were to get
That's
it,
the-
if I were to get it, we can easily do it here. Like we could stream it just from mine, but you'd be in the game and we'd be playing it here. We can do that. That can be done.
Would I need to buy Madden
I
for
have
my
not-
PC?
Oh, to play Well, if we do it
have
on
it on-
Xbox,
I have it-
I know how to do it, but I don't. I can't tell you the last time I bought a Madden game. I'll be honest. It's been a long time.
Well, I would be picky about which
so-
Madden we did too, because I do not use my dollars to sponsor every version of Madden because I'm very prejudiced against some of the cover athletes that they use.
Sure.
So, for example, this is one of those years I'm not buying Madden. I didn't do. Let's see. I did. 17, 18, 19. So 2020 was Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes, and I didn't do that one because I hate Tom Brady. 2021. Who was 2021?
Well, we can get. I see what's happening in the comments. I can get last year's one. It's probably a lot cheaper.
The most recent one I have is the one that had Josh Allen on the cover.
Is that 3 or 2 years ago?
I think it was 2 years ago.
2?
And
Okay.
I play a lot of EA college football.
Sure. Ooh, that's
Which
what
I
we should
enjoy
do.
more.
We should do that. That's what we
Okay.
should play. We should play college
Okay.
football. Yeah. Much more interested in doing that.
So
with
maybe
some
we'll have to
random
make this happen.
spins.
Maybe.
Some random spin college football would be good.
Do you have? Well, we'll have to make sure we can sync up the correct
Yeah.
the
Oh,
same
that's right. Yeah.
the same game on the
That's
same
right.
platform, and
Yeah.
So this
Saquon
is-
was
I
last
hope-
year. That's right.
yeah, and I didn't get that one because I don't like Saquon. So this is just par for
fair.
the course.
All right.
This is how we do. Okay,
Let's
here we
spin
go.
some
You're
wheel
first.
here.
We're gonna
Okay.
spin, and you have to decide the team that it ends on. You have to
2026
decide.
finish.
You got to decide which of these 5 slots you're going to put it in for 2026. Okay, it's spinning. It's spinning.
How about the
and
Rams first? That'd be good.
You got the
No,
Bungles.
this is where I don't. No, I didn't.
Oh, you got
Yes!
lucky. Ravens. It ticked over into Ravens.
Fantastic. We love that.
Okay, where are we putting the Ravens at?
I think I'm going to put the Ravens at 2.
Okay. All right.
I think it's going to be a good year, but I think they've got some things to figure out. New head coach, new offensive coordinator. I like where they're at, but I think it might not be quite their year, but we'll see. It could be an egg on the face thing of not putting them 1, because I think me in years past would definitely have put them 1. But oh well. Can't change it now. Gonna need the Rams. Gonna need maybe Denver. Would be interesting to get here.
Denver would be really interesting. Ooh.
Okay.
There you go.
This
The Chargers.
This is interesting now. Wow, I could do it. I can get there with this team. The problem
Putting
is
them 1.
I
One.
I think I could. The problem is,
I don't hate
JJ,
it.
as we know, they cannot stay healthy. I think if they did, I think I think I might be there with this team. McDaniel going in there, I think Ladd's going to have a spectacular third season.
Are you doing 1 or 3?
I'm going to put that. I'm trying to think like out
Be
loud. If I
bold.
put
Be
them
brave.
at 1, who am I going to be upset that I get ahead of them?
Well, obviously the
Not
Rams.
many teams. So I'm going to put them at 1. I'm going to be brave. I'm putting them at 1. Let's do it.
I think it's probably a good call. I think it's probably I think that has a decent chance of aging
good.
well.
I think the Chargers could be really good. Fantastic. Browns. No.
No, it's
wow,
you thought you were going to get the Bengals before.
We're just putting the AFC together here. The Bengals are 3. Bengals will be 3.
If you go 5 for 5 on getting all AFC teams, I'm going to have to let you do it a second time and try and get NFC teams.
Who am I like? If we stay in the AFC, we're good because I think I'm afraid of nobody here. Really,
This is true.
I'm not really afraid of anyone.
AFC a little bit stinky at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of anyone in that.
Oh man, case in point.
Perfect. There's your 5.
Case in point. This is the Steelers.
Goodbye, 5. Adios, baby. We got. Gosh, what if Cleveland gets? We're gonna get the whole division involved.
You very well might. It is.
What away from Cleveland? I don't hate the idea of Cleveland at 4, to be honest.
Oh, why is it? It's not removing the teams that have been picked.
It is not removing them. That's
how do we do that? What do we have to do?
I don't know if we honestly. I don't think we did remove them last time.
All right, well, Ravens.
I don't think we need to remove them.
Bengals,
but I mean, you can.
Steelers, and
Chargers.
Who's the other one? Chargers.
Chargers is the other. Yeah. Okay.
And how do I go back to picking my thing?
What thing?
Oh, I guess there isn't one.
I think you just
spinning.
Who am I going to be really upset to lay a dod? Fantastic. Yes, this worked out so nicely for me.
You got so lucky.
This is really good.
Slotting in as the default.
That's really good.
You got really lucky.
I don't mind this. I like this. Honestly, I'd
say the
flip
biggest
2 and
potential
3,
you have.
But
I would probably flip 3 and 4. I think 3 and 4 is what I would flip.
Truthfully, I think Pittsburgh's probably going to be better than Atlanta.
4 and 5.
I would probably flip 4 and 5, to be honest. I
think 3, 4, and 5 are pretty darn interchangeable, frankly.
I think.
But
I really like the Bengals.
I'm a Bengals doubter.
I really like the Bengals, but then I remember who their head coach is, and
What exactly do the Bengals have going for them right now that you do like so much? Because you've said a few times on the show.
Burrow, Chase Brown, Higgins, Chase.
They always have that, and they're always terrible.
Well, Burrow got hurt last year, right? He
gets hurt every year.
Right.
Grass is green.
All right, then
the Browns are going to suck, and Joe Burrow's going to be hurt.
Hopefully, Pittsburgh doesn't finish last.
And Pittsburgh's going to go 9-8 or 8-9. This is.
I don't know. They got a first place schedule, JJ. They got a first place schedule.
Oh, that doesn't mean anything. That never means anything.
Unfortunately, it's unfortunately going to. Are you going now?
I think I am. Yeah.
Are you going to have to go? Oh, you're just going to have to back up. All right. For 2026. Gosh, I just want JJ to get all the polarizing teams. Would be fascinating.
That actually is on brand for me, though. To handle the polarizing.
I think
issues.
The one team I want to see you. There's 2 teams I want to see where you put them. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but I really want to see where you would put these 2 specific teams I have in my head.
Are either of them NFC North teams?
No.
Okay.
They're not.
Then this would be interesting. Yeah.
They're not. Although one of the NFC North teams would be interesting for sure. And I think we know who it is. Oh, that was close. Dang it. Oh, that was close.
So
That's
interesting.
Upsetting. I really wanted to get one of the other 2.
So here's the thing. I actually, for the first time
in forever.
For the first time in forever.
Are you a believer?
I might believe in
Are
what
you a Giants believer?
The G-men are doing.
They're in the 3rd row, my friend. There you go. Ooh.
I think that 3rd feels really safe for the G-men.
They don't have their best player, unfortunately, to start the season. But
this is so tough.
Did you think the floor setting with Harbaugh, is that where I think you feel more confident? I think that's the
biggest thing is getting a competent head coach for the first time.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
So they brought in DJ Reader,
That's
Shelby
right.
Harris, Fotu,
Which they needed to do because they traded
Failele.
Lawrence away.
They drafted Arvell Reese and Maui Noah. They might be a year away still.
So close, those suckers.
They might
so
be
close to get Downs and Reese on the same team. They're cowards, absolute cowards, may I say.
I'm putting them at 4. I think they're a year away. I think they're a year away.
I think that's right. I like it. Honestly, though, 3 isn't. I mean, depending on who you get, 3 is not a terribly crazy thing. There are some teams that have low floors, low floors out here.
Well, and most of them are in the AFC.
Do you have a thought on where you see them finishing in this division yet, or are we a little early in the proceedings for that?
Well, I probably would expect them to finish either 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
But I think that the division is going to be a lot better than it usually is.
Yeah,
I think it's realistic to see all 4 teams get better this year. And I think of the 4 teams, the one you would probably have the biggest question about actually would probably still be the Eagles, even though.
Yeah. I think just there's a philosophical shift going on of how the passing offense looks that I don't know fits the QB. So yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, like if you're like ranking the biggest additions that they made,
yeah, flat-footed guy.
I might go with Stowers as like being one of the most intriguing additions.
He's interesting for sure.
Because I know you don't like Reek Wallen very much.
I think it's just he's a volatile player, but
and I don't like Hollywood Brown.
Sure.
And like those are kind of the 2 headline, free agents. They're Jonathan Grenard, okay, whatever. Wicks, I like Wicks, but AJ Brown to Wicks is clearly a downgrade. I think AJ Brown to Hollywood Brown and Wicks is a clear downgrade.
Yeah.
I did like them getting Reek Wallen and Jonathan Jones. I could see Mekhi Lemon working out, but I certainly have my reservations about Lemon. That's why I didn't talk about him much as a draft prospect. Of the 4 teams in the division, I probably would be the most skeptical of the Eagles improving. The other 3 teams
that's fair.
Really should improve.
They should, yeah.
How weird would it be if the Eagles finished 4th in division? That might be a little bit of a blessing for them to get that really nice draft pick, get that 4th place schedule,
take a QB
next year.
They'll take QB.
There's a lot of things you could do. I mean, that would be just a gift wrapping for
God,
Howie.
Could they get Arch?
I don't like Arch, man.
Could they get Arch? That'd be kind of wild.
I'm not there on Arch at all.
Are you there on any of the QBs so far for 27?
Well, I'll tell you a QB who I do like. Brendan Sorsby. I like Sorsby.
Is Sorsby going to be point shaving on his own team, though, in the league? That's really the question we need to be asking ourselves.
That is the question. That is what we all want to. Dante Moore, I like a lot. I like Moore. I like Maeva. I certainly understand the questions about Sayan as an NFL quarterback from a physical stature standpoint. Yeah. I think it's totally valid. And if you want to ding him for that, and you probably should, I think it's a fair thing to do. The talent, I think, lends itself.
I think really it's going to be like a lot of, with him, is like again, you might hate this, but we'll see. Where Bryce was with anticipation and like the feel and the process of the game, Bryce Young, where he was at Alabama with the feel and process of the game, I feel like Sayan's there. Like he has the feel and the process.
Oh, his pocket presence,
right?
His ability to detect pressure from 6 o'clock. From a redshirt freshman last year, incredible.
as long as he stays ahead mentally, he can. There are things that you can mitigate. Showing up with the physical stuff, he's going to have to continue to improve being on point. So anyway, long discussion as we get to our second wheel spin here, but
there's other guys though who may or may not be in this class, who I think are so exciting to talk about. CJ Carr.
Yeah.
I mean, even like freaking maker at OK State. Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah. Trinidad my goodness. Trinidad Chambliss, aka Brandon Whedon.
Probably Dante Moore. Right today, Dante Moore is probably my QB1.
Okay.
All right, I got the Steelers with my second poll here.
He's going to put them ahead of the Giants or below the Giants?
That's a question. I think the Steelers are going to be...
Oh, it's not alphabetical.
Fringe.
For some reason, Pittsburgh is right next to Arizona. I'm not sure.
I think they're going to be fringe playoff team.
Fringe playoff.
Which is kind of how I view the Giants as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. I'm putting them at 3.
Okay.
There's a lot of trash teams in the NFL.
There are a lot of teams that can be below the Giants in Pittsburgh for sure. You could get the Jets. It would be a feel-good story. Get the Jets and the Giants here.
And there's a
Mendoza
feel-good story.
No
Fighting
Mendoza.
Travis Kelce's.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Obviously I got to put him at 2 here.
I
can't bet against Andy Reid and Mahomes and put them at 5, even though I still have significant questions about their trenches.
Yeah.
So they're going at 2, and I feel like this is an unlucky poll.
JJ, they added Peter Woods.
Shut your pie hole. This is an unlucky poll for me.
They added Peter Woods. How could we not be excited? Of course.
It's an unlucky poll because it makes me look like a casual.
Wow,
that's what I don't like.
They want us to rank the Falcons and Steelers real bad.
I don't for some reason. I think we deserve a redo, frankly.
The Falcons stink. So all right, who's the best team?
It's going to give me the trashiest team that you ever saw.
Well, it's going to give you a team that's not that shouldn't be there.
All right, hold on. Who I got to remove? I got to remove the Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
I got to remove
the Kansas City Chiefs, wherever they are.
And who's the other one?
Atlanta.
Right here. It says Redskins.
Oh wow, it does say that. I didn't even realize. That's
Change it
funny.
to commies.
There you go.
All right, we're gonna respin.
I didn't even recognize that was the case. What's he gonna get? Oh, fantastic! Fantastic! Look at this. Look at that! Look at that other respin.
Go.
Bang!
I look like such a casual, but there's no other way I could have ranked this, frankly.
What? I don't know what's missing here.
It's pretty good.
I think this one has a chance to be 5 for 5. 3 and 4, maybe you could flip 3 and 4, perhaps, but that's really my only reservation. I think the Chiefs are going to be a wild card team. Green Bay might be a wild card team. So
what if all 5 of these teams miss the playoffs, though? What if you're splitting hairs over just
shocking? Would it be shocking? Not necessarily. I don't think it'd be shocking. There's a reason JJ was, I think, pushing me, and I think I was pushing as well to put the Chargers at 1 in mine. Like I really like
now you notice all 5 of these teams are in different divisions from each other.
Yeah.
What if we are looking? Let me see here. NFC, AFC. Okay. What if we are looking at 5 of the 6 wildcard teams right here?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't think 5 is I think 5 is like a first overall pick candidate. But I think the rest you could
Falcons
convince.
For the audio only crowd.
Yeah. I think they stink. I can't get on board with them. We are locked in.
Packers missed the playoffs. You do know we have Matt LaFleur, right? So we're locked in as the 7th seed. Here's the thing. It is not for lack of trying to get out of the 7th seed. Matt LaFleur has done things to try and get us out of that spot and accidentally backdoored in.
We love
other
backdoor
teams just don't
7th
want us
seed.
to miss it. We don't love. There are many things I love more than being a backdoor 7th seed. Io Joe says, I thought Sorsby was going in the supplemental draft. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he just.
And that means
we're just bringing him up as, again, he's going to be a QB option for
Still
teams,
happen.
right? So,
yeah.
I know it's not technically 2027 cycle, but it has the feel of it, you know? Of like, probably how much is he going to play, that type of thing. All right, 2 to 3 years down the road, this is going to be fascinating.
Ooh, this is.
I can't wait to do this. 2 to 3 years down the road.
What if we did NBA teams?
NBA teams.
How impossible would that
2
be?
to 3 years down the road. I'm going to be in on. I'm going to be in on.
You shouldn't be in on any teams 3 teams down the road, except for the Spurs.
I'm Spurs and the Pistons. Those are my teams.
Ooh, some Cade love.
Can we could change commies, right? Real fast.
Yeah, we can have
just
accurate team names.
So we're updated.
Accurate team names for the win.
Yeah.
Accurate team names for the win.
There we go.
Nothing wrong with accurate team names. In which case, hold on a second.
Can we call them the reflecting pools?
Call them Gare Bears right here.
The Gare Bears is good. I like it. There we go. Gare Bears. All right. 2 to 3 years down the road.
2 to 3 years down the road.
I mean, perfect, actually. Yeah, they need to be said. That needs to be right. Yeah, so it's a good call.
All right, who's going first? You or me? I guess you.
I'll
go
go
first 3 years down the road.
Not this team. Please be the other one. Please be the other one.
It's the Jags.
Yes.
It's the Jags.
Yes. Okay.
Where are you going?
3. Comfortably 3. I think they're going to be good, not great. 2,
3 years from now, who's going to be their QB?
Julian
why is it going to be
Sayin.
Arch Manning?
Julian Sayin is going to be their QB. Julian Sayin says, I do not want to go first or second in 2027. I will wait. And the Jaguars say, oh, sounds good, man. We'll come get you.
All right, somebody clip that so we can come back to this in a couple years.
2 to
Dolphins.
3 years down the road.
2 to 3 years. You almost got gift wrapped the Bills.
I did almost get the Bills.
And instead you get the much more difficult to project out Dolphins.
I really don't.
I still know what I would do here, but
I don't want to be this guy. But I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna.
Can I guess where you're putting him? Can I guess?
Sure.
You're gonna put him 5.
I think it's a long build, man. I think it's gonna take some time. I don't know if Willis is gonna be the guy. If they get, here's the question: if they get to where they want to go, is Willis the quarterback when they do it?
Of course not. Willis is not
right.
the quarterback.
So that's what I mean.
I don't know if John Eric Sullivan is the GM.
Yeah. Well, there is that. So
Jeff Hafley is probably the head coach 3 years from now.
I would think so.
But are they going to go 3 for 3? I wouldn't even say they go 2 for 3. 2 for 3 or 1 for 3 sounds about right.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I forgot to take off the first 2 teams.
That's all right. I don't think we'll run into the problem. Fantastic.
Oh, that's
2
disgusting.
to 3 years.
49ers.
Oh man, 2 to 3. So 2 to 3 years down the road, they want have Trent Williams. Oh gosh.
Where you going? Dun, 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 dun.
Fred Warner's gonna be older. Do they have a young core? Who's in their young core?
No, they don't have a young core.
Pooney? Is that their young core? Oh gosh. Am I betting against Shanny? Probably not. I got to put him at 2. I can't have a. I can't have like a.
Gemini says their
Here's
young core is Brock Purdy,
yeah.
Diamador Lenoir, Ricky Pearsall, Dominic Pooney, Malik Mustafa, and Jair Brown and D. Winters.
My thing with this is, if I put them at 4 and I get a Colts, I would be ticked. I would be out of my mind. So I have to put them at 2. Still like the coach.
You'd be a fool not to put them at 2.
Yeah, I can't put them at 4. That's nuts. And I think there's going to be a better team than them come up.
It's a great organization. So, I don't like them.
They figure it out. They
do.
figure it out somehow. I don't know how, but they do. They figure it out. Why would
Jen said 4 and Tulsa said 2.
Why would the Niners? I saw 2 over this. Put this out there. Why would the Niners trade for Jalen Carter? May I ask?
Well, I can tell you exactly who's going to trade for Jalen Carter.
Who's that?
The Care Bears.
Well,
It's exactly who's going to trade for him.
because like they just traded for Odigizua. And like I get it if they want to be the four attack and go team, like cool. But I just I know people have been asking about like if you were the Packers, would you trade for Carter? And I'm vehemently against it. If Howie doesn't want a player, there's no way I would want the player. That isn't to say Howie doesn't make mistakes, but it seems like Howie moves on at a very appropriate time.
Like, name the guy who moved on from Philly.
Who's
Like,
really,
it's
really
Josh
good.
Sweat. It's Josh Sweat is
That's
the guy
it.
who moved on.
And he went
who
with
you
his
would want.
He went with his DC.
Yeah.
On top of it.
Now he wants to go back with his DC again.
Right.
All right, we're spinning again. 'cause
That's it.
This is longer than I
Should
want
be
to talk
very
about.
weary of this certain team. Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
that's-
disgusting.
That's
They
got
give
to
the
be
Saints.
4. That's got to be 4.
Yeah. Easy 4.
All right.
Easy 4.
All right. Ruin me right here, Cleveland. Ruin it for me, Cleveland.
You should
turds.
have left the 5 open.
Oh, please.
Oh,
Yes.
no
Yes.
way. Texans
one-
number 1.
That one feels
You lucky
really good.
snake.
That feels really
You
good.
lucky snake. I like
Really
this.
good.
Is
Now, do I
very-
want the Jags to be better than the Texans? Yes, absolutely I do. But I think the Texans are in phenomenal shape with the young core. Love that.
This is a weirdly coastal team or coastal. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a coastal board.
List, yeah. Lot of
feel like they all
big
have
body of
something in
water
common,
adjacent
too.
teams, yeah.
There's
Not used
something
to
that they all kind of have in common too, in terms of just like what kind of team they are. I'm not sure what it is, but I certainly would have thrown these all in the sort of the same bucket initially.
These are like very like I love the coaching that they have based on what they're trying to do as a team, actually. Across the board. This is a very like to me at least, I'm trying to think.
I thought you didn't like Kellen Moore.
No, I do. I like
Okay.
the pace. Yeah,
I've always been a big Kellen Moore guy, but
yeah,
I thought you and I disagreed on that.
I don't like what he did in Philly, but I don't think he probably couldn't have saved a lot of what Philly had to be. So that's, there's not much we can do there. But I think he's going to put Tyson in the slot a ton this year. I think it's going to look good. So I liked that group of teams. That's a fun group. Is Stroud the long-term answer? I think so. I
don't know why he wouldn't be.
I don't. The one thing that could be interesting is if you get him at a discount because he's playing so poorly, and then when the contract hits and your offensive line is good again, boy, what a move! What a move! A shrewd move. Houston's been sabotaging his second contract all this time so they could get a discount. Then we'll put the line in front of him.
Who's his
Then we'll
agent?
put the line.
Mulligetta. Mulligetta's his agent.
Ooh.
I don't think Mulligetta's gonna let you do that.
No, probably not.
Why am I drawing a blank? Who's the guy who's bigger than Mulligetta?
Oh my
Who's
gosh.
the other guy?
Okay. Can I tell you
It's
what now?
Mulligetta too. Who's Drew?
Oh,
What's
Rosenhaus?
his name? Rosenhaus, yeah. Rosenhaus is
right.
the really scary one.
Okay. I'm going to throw out the Galaxy Brain one right here. All right. Okay. Ready for this? So we have
Trade
it.
for the Panthers.
So we have it. No. He's going to be traded. I'm thinking Jalen Hurts for Stroud swap with some stuff attached to it would be very interesting. Would be very interesting if something like that went down.
Yeah, it would be.
Be very interesting. Nico Collins, vertical threat receiver. Jaden Higgins, downfield catch point guy. Jalen Knoll, vertical slot.
I feel like the big loser
ball.
in this whole scenario is Hurts.
For sure. But you know who's a big winner? Smitty and Makai Lemon. No question. And maybe what they're trying to do offensively. I think we just have that in the back of our minds, people, for some fun there.
It would have to be I think a pretty juicy deal to entice
For sure.
Casario.
For sure. But,
All right, this
we
is
just want to make
my
sure
3
we have
years
that
out.
there.
3 years out forecast
years
for me.
out.
No way. No
Care
way.
Bears?
No way.
Oh, I can't wait
Oh,
to see where
Grody.
this team goes.
Grody.
Can't wait. Who's the QB?
Who indeed? I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm putting him 4.
That's exactly where I thought you were going to put him, and I think that might be correct.
I don't think their GM is good.
They're doing the like high on their own supply type of moves right now, and I don't know.
I think that 90% of what it has been working for them from the front office has been. Why am I drawing a blank on my guy's name? John the.
Oh, yeah.
John
Freak.
Dorsey. John Dorsey.
Yes.
John
yes.
Dorsey.
There you go.
Handling their draft.
Yeah.
Brad Holmes
very possible.
I think.
Maybe he's got a couple.
He's contributing much.
Maybe he's got a couple really good scouts in that room too.
I haven't liked Brad Holmes as an asset manager. I haven't liked him in free agency. I haven't really liked his trades. Bob said, I don't understand this game. What we're doing, we are projecting out. So we spin the wheel. It gives us a team, and we are projecting out where we think these teams are going to be 3 years from now. But we don't know what the
next
5
team
teams are going to be. So that's why it's hard to figure out where to put each team on the board. So we do this every year, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. We need to go look at 2024s now.
That would be fun. Maybe clip that and bring it next week.
Yeah. Oh, does he get the easy
give me
one?
those, please. Yes.
Oh, he gets the easy one.
I do. Actually, no, I'm going to go 3 because they have Josh Allen. I'm going 3 for the Bills.
Okay.
But they
what
they
if
are
in
going
3 years they have a
have,
GM who knows what he's doing?
They will certainly have a different GM 3 years from now.
I would
no
think
question
so.
about that.
If there's, you put it this way, JJ, if they're actually serious about winning, they will have a different GM.
Well, they're not serious about winning, but they will definitely have a GM regardless.
So.
Twilva says, "Is this wheel Matt Ramage? Do you mean is this wheel drunk?"
Oh my gosh!
Broncos. Wow, that's a tough one.
Look at all these.
Is this one of the 2 teams you wanted me to have? Eagles and Broncos?
No, actually, it's neither of those. It's neither
Oh,
of those two.
I thought for sure it was the Eagles.
Nope, it was the other team. It was the other one next to the Giants.
Oh, Dallas?
That was more for 26 than like this particular exercise.
Oh, okay. So you wanted for 2026, you wanted Dallas and hold on.
England.
If you were thinking Dallas, then the other one had to have been.
You didn't hear what I said? That's good. Hopefully
No,
you
I
didn't,
didn't
so
hear
you can guess. Perfect.
You already said it's not the Broncos.
No, it's not Denver.
It's not. Who is it? It's not. No. Okay, I thought really hard about Carolina, but it's not Carolina. It's
not Carolina.
Patriots?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Would have loved to
Patriots
see you spin
Cowboys.
New England for 26 for sure. To see the
Instead, I
thought process.
spun Broncos for 3 years from now.
Which is interesting.
It is interesting because now I'm asking myself, what do you really think of Bo Nix as an NFL QB? I think I have to put them at 2. I don't know there's another spot I could put them at here.
Is there somebody you're like, okay, so can I ask this? 2 or 3 years from now, is there somebody you'd like, Denver not at 1 for you is like, who am I holding out for? Is there a specific team that you're like, I'm holding out for this team at 1?
There's a couple,
you don't have to say who. There's a couple.
No, I think there's a couple.
Okay.
3 years from now is
them.
hard.
I know one of them for sure. For sure, no one.
Well, I would say New England probably. I would expect to be better than Denver.
That was one
of
them. That was one of them.
I think I'd be foolish to bet against the Chiefs. Still, it's just there's just some voodoo about them. I think it'd be foolish to bet against them. Eagles.
Yeah.
Again, you'd be foolish.
I think so.
I would maybe be intrigued to see what. No, maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking
Jesse
about
Minter.
Chicago's.
Oh.
I've been losing some amount of faith in the Ravens front office the last like 2-ish years, and I kind of just want to see that restored a little bit.
That's fair. That's fair. All right.
I probably would put the Ravens ahead of the Broncos.
I think based on who you have on the board, those were a few of the teams I was fantastic.
Oh man, there's a pile of teams.
Oh
there
my
that make this
gosh.
easy. I just forgot who it was.
Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay.
Couldn't have worked out any better.
Well, we'll see, because the only spot left is the 1 seed.
Cleveland.
I'd rather get.
Interesting.
Oh, no way. The Jaguars.
Interesting.
Under young Julian Sayin.
Yeah. I mean,
Obviously,
don't
in
hate it. Love
hindsight,
Cohen.
I would put Denver back at 1 here.
Sure.
Obviously.
Cohen's pretty sick though. Big fan.
You know, this is one of those.
Campanile? Is Campanile still going to be there?
He might be the head coach by then.
You think Cohen's going to get fired of all people? Interesting. I'd probably fire Matt.
If they have a bad year this year,
I'd probably fire Matt. I'll be honest. If Cohen gets fired, I think I'd fire Matt. I think that's one of the very few that I would say I'd do it tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you hated Matt Jones so much.
Yes, this is true. I do indeed. That's, again, a very intriguing group of teams, and the Falcons made the list too. So, a good exercise. All right, NFC North time.
So let's do the NFC North here.
Pivot.
And
Pivot.
so I think here's what we need to do.
Okay.
Let's just start with where you would project. I'm going to have you go first. Where you would project the final standings to go, and I'm going to give you the team.
Do you want me to go? Oh, you want to give me? Okay.
I'm going to give you the team, and you tell me where to put them.
Okay.
Green Bay.
2.
Detroit.
1.
Okay. Interesting. Cleveland. Minnesota.
4.
Okay. All right. So there you have it. So this is what you're
That's what I think.
projecting.
Yep. This is what I think. As of right
Give me
now.
a word or phrase to describe the Lions 2026 season, what you expect. I have mine.
Okay. A word or phrase. Wait, no, we should do this, but then I think you should make your list. Because
I'll make mine. But
okay. The word or phrase.
You want my word or phrase?
Sure.
I got a
Sure.
phrase. Positive regression.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I was gonna say, offensive efficiency. I think is the easiest one to throw out there.
How about offensive line?
Well,
How about
offensive line's
play
not
calling?
offensive line's not a bad one. I think the one thing I would also include here is just a question. Will they add another pass rusher? Sweat, Crosby, things of that nature. If they get into that position, do they feel like that? Because, again, this is a team. Should they have gone after Garrett? Would you have, if you were the Lions in their current spot, have gone after Garrett? No. Okay.
No, I think that the Lions have this cliff coming toward them.
Well, that's what I
They
mean.
are such an old team.
That's what I mean.
But they're
you?
not. To me, they are not contenders.
Okay.
They have too many holes due to
Doo-doo.
asset mismanagement starting in 2023, 2024 for sure. Maybe 2023, I think.
Let the record show JJ said doo-doo. Or at least came out that way.
Is that what I said?
It sounded like, I know you meant do too, but it sounded like doo-doo, and
Do-too.
I really annoyed because you kind of just tried to flow with it instead of enunciate the T, and it came out funny, and I liked it. So, all right.
All right. So,
but okay. So you would not have if you were them.
Yeah.
Would you have if you were Philly? Have gone to get Garrett.
There's not a lot of teams I would have.
Okay.
Just because of the cost
Sure.
that it took to pry him away.
Sure.
Rams made a lot of sense. There's some Chargers.
Yeah, that would have
made a
been
lot of sense.
fantastic for them.
Yeah, Rams, Chargers. I think that there's a case to make for like the Patriots.
Sure.
Yeah, kind of those being the teams. I even think that the Bears make some sense if
unfortunately.
If you could talk yourself into believing in some of the pieces that they have.
Yep.
Now, I don't think that would make them contenders. I think that you're looking like he's going from Cleveland of the AFC to Cleveland of the NFC.
I think
like rewind the clock just a couple years back. Like the Browns were never like they had 1 year where they were kind of close to sniffing a Super Bowl, and that was it. And I think that's kind of what you'd be. Yeah. It would be the Bears when they went and got Khalil Mack.
I think
you'd have that 2018 year of like.
I think
it's kind of all there. Like if the ball bounces the right way enough times, you could have this magical season
for sure.
And
I think the Bears did the smart thing, which is really annoying. Of like, I think, I should say they weren't smart because they didn't add any pass rushers via the draft, right? Didn't do that at all. But they're smart, I think, in realizing that they know what happened on defense last year. They know what happened. They got like 99th percentile play out of some guys that flipped a lot of games for them that they know is volatile. And they said, and we'll get to my phrase for them, but I think they were smart to play for 27 rather than push chips in 26, I think they were smart not to do that. But who knows? Maybe they'll still do it at the deadline when all is said and done. But all right, you want to do phrase for Green Bay?
Oh, how about you see my whole order first?
All right. Okay.
I just, with you putting the Lions up there at the top spot, I wanted to kind of give them a moment for us to talk about them.
Sure. Okay. I think I know what I have a good feeling about what JJ's gonna do. I'm gonna type out the order, and I'm gonna
while you type it. What I'm doing right here is I'm splitting my screen
4-1. Oh,
I'm splitting my screen here.
Okay.
How do I want to do this, but not this. Let me pull these over here. Okay. This should work. Okay, stop sharing this and share whole window.
Oh, whole screen.
Whole screen. Here we go.
Fantastic.
Is this working?
We'll find out. Yeah, it looks like it's going to.
Okay, so left is going to be you.
Work. Okay.
Right is going to be me. Why? Can I just get these stinking things?
I was like, wait, is he?
What the heck?
Why are we? Are they at the same?
Why are they not the same?
Zoom? That's weird.
What in the world? Oh, it's because of the width of the window? No.
Maybe.
This is so infuriating.
Anyway.
Here's what I can do. I can just manually scroll it with my...
Yep.
There we go.
There we go. Oh. Yep.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them all right here.
You're going to go 4-1? Or are you going to make me say teams?
I'm going to do... Bears in third, just like you did. No, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to do the Bears. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bears in third. The audio-only crowd is probably furious.
Interesting.
No
okay. So can I tell you what I thought you were going to do?
What did you think I was going to do? Because I was a little on the fence about the top two spots.
Okay. I thought your order was going to be Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears. I thought for sure that was going to be the order. I'm like, he's going to be higher on the Vikings. I know that's going to happen. He's going to stay low in Chicago for the regression. But I wasn't sure how. I was like, but if he likes where Detroit is, this might come back.
I think that regression is going to smack Detroit and Chicago. And, they had wildly different seasons last year from each other. And so, for the Lions, regression's a good thing. And for the Bears, not so much. I think the Bears are in such a bad spot on the defensive line.
Yeah.
And
you'll lose games because of it for sure.
I don't believe in their pass catchers. I really don't. I don't believe in their running back.
What did you
their
say
entire
to me just
offense
now?
Is the offensive line.
You said you don't believe in their pass catchers. First off, you're a heretic for that one. Because
I'm consistent. The only pass catcher they have that I've ever liked at all was Colson Loveland.
Yes. So the fact that you included him in that is just blasphemy. The other stuff, yeah, I'm there. But I can't go all the way with you on that one. Because Loveland is probably going to be top 2 or 3 tight end in the league by end of season this year, and he will be.
But is he going to be
recognized as so?
Is he going to be top tier receiving player in the NFL this year?
Yeah,
because he's going to be their best receiver.
He's going to be a top tier receiving threat and a top tight end in this league by end of
Tool
season.
for this says I missed the last few minutes. What is that second list? So the first list is Jake's projected order of finish for 2026.
Yep.
The second list is my projected order of finish.
Minnesota. Gosh, well, you got to give me the phrase on Minnesota this year. That for sure.
Quarterback. They're going to actually have one this year.
They're going to have a quarterback.
It was so bad last year, and they were still actually playing competent. Like they were a tough out last year. They were not some pushover team because the rest of that team was just killing it. They were so bad. J.J. McCarthy is so bad that you can go to an average quarterback, and I think Kyler most years is an average quarterback who can sometimes, in the right situation, be an above average or good quarterback. And certainly Kevin O'Connell and what we think this offensive line might be is a pretty good spot to be. Plus, he is throwing to Justin Jefferson. He has not had somebody to throw to like Justin Jefferson. They also have TJ Hawkinson. They are going to have a really good defense. I think the Vikings are going to be a really tough out, and I think that 2026 is going to have a lot of people revisiting just how bad J.J. McCarthy was. Tool for this says, sure, J.J. might be well below average, but what about 9? Yeah, man. J.J. McCarthy does not have... here are J.J. McCarthy's peers. Justin Fields with the Bears. That's his peers. That's how bad J.J. McCarthy was last year. I do find it interesting that the chat is not incensed about me putting the Packers 4th, but I just don't have faith in what we're trying to do this year with such an injured team and holes at so many spots. This to me is just a really tough year to ask for good results. I don't believe in the offensive line. I don't believe that we have an answer for defensive end 2 opposite Lucas Van Ness. I have no idea when we should really be expecting Micah Parsons back. Right now, they're saying mid-October. Mid-October is a long way away from now. We don't know when he's actually going to be back.
I will say, JJ, I don't hate this ranking at week 6. I think week 6, this could absolutely be where we're at.
If they start to get healthy and they're not losing additional starters.
Correct. I think this, if you show me this week 6, I think it's very possible this is where we're at. I really do. I think this order could happen during the season.
I thought about that, and this is
I'm like,
why
this could be where we're at mid-season.
What we've been doing here, but hear what you're saying. Hear what you're saying. The Matt LaFleur Packers, particularly here with Jordan Love, they have been
Toyota-thon.
They've been ending the seasons like other than the 2023 season,
Sure.
okay, 2021, 2022, 2024, 2025, every season ended on a fart and a losing streak.
Yeah.
It's been hot early on in the year and
Sure.
then fizzles as the season goes on. Now, 2023 was the opposite of that. And if we can get really healthy, fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's been a very injured team for a bunch of years. It's been a team that can't close out games and can't close out seasons and doesn't perform in gotta have it games. We perform great when it's a big primetime game against like the number one team in the NFL and like the game doesn't really matter for like standing, right? Like it's not like, hey, this game is going to get you the number one seed. It's not something like that. It's just, wow, super tough opponent. That's when we just come out and just shellac the opposing team, and it's fantastic. But you're closing out the season against NFC North opponents. Like, mind you, our final game of the regular season is against Detroit. Detroit is positioned to get guys like Brian Branch back at the end of the season a few weeks before that Week 18 game. They should be firing on all cylinders at that point.
You know what? I'll even go this far. I think if you swap 2 and 3, I think that's exactly what it's going to look like Week 6. Timestamp it now. Minnesota first, yeah. Chicago second, Detroit third, Green Bay fourth in Week 6. But, and I still think, even with that being the case, I think I'm still leaving it my order where I think it's going to finish.
Oh, this would be so interesting. So you think that the Vikings might go from
first to last,
from first to worst
by October to January? Yeah. Because here's so I'm going to give you a thought process on the Vikings.
Okay.
I think to finish where you have them finishing, this has to be Flores' best work. It has to be. Has to be Flores' best work. A lot of rookies going to get playing time. Their best defender is probably Van Ginkel. I think the rookie D tackles are going to get a lot of rotation.
He didn't have anybody to work with last year, though.
The difference to me is he had the ace in the hole last year, though, in Grenard, who he does not have now. So either Turner takes a jump, which I'm not sure I buy.
Quasey just did a number on this team. He really did.
I hate this secondary, by the way, also. I think it's a
good thing they have Flores. It's a good thing they have Flores.
I think it has to be his best work. I think it has to be. Because even as bad as like Hargrave and Allen were last year, they're veterans at defensive tackle. That's the difference. If Banks and Orange are both starting, that learning curve is nuts. For those guys, I really do think Golday could have a nice year. But like outside of him and Van Ginkel, I'm not a believer in Murphy. I don't think you are necessarily either as like a top tier type of thing, and they might need him to be that too. Metellus is probably their second best defender, I think, on this roster right now. So I think that's the thing, and I think Kyler has this thing too, where he has the good years. What do we see? The early season dynamic playmaker who fades down the stretch. And I think that's what they might get from him.
Make a really good case.
That's my thing with Kyler. I think that, which is why I think I, again, buy into like, okay, everything could be really clicking early for this unit. Now, center is going to be a question mark that they got to figure out what the heck they're going to do there. But again, O'Neal and Darisaw, when they're healthy, hard to argue how good those two are. They might have added the most Shanahan receiver that's ever Shanahan receivered, Shanahan McVade in Jennings to be their third guy, right? So offensively, yeah, this feels like a team that could be really clicking early offensively. They're just winning games, and you're going like, what's going on right now? Oh, he is the QB whisperer. And then you go, there's our double XP Kyler Murray late in the season where they kind of collapse. And
double
Flores
XP
does
weekend.
Yeah, and Flores does as much as he possibly can, but then late in the season, teams are going, yes, these rookie DTs, here's where we're going to attack here and here, and this is where we attack a secondary. And like Flores is going to try to cover this up with A, B, and C, and we can get to it. So I think that's the difference. My thing for Green Bay, if I were to give a phrase, is let's mirror 2023. Flat early, surge late. And that's where they're gonna end up in the 7th seed again. It just is a comfy spot for the boys at the 7th seed again. So I think that's where I have them in it. Yeah, Chicago is the regression.
My word or phrase for Green Bay would be thin. I think that the roster is just too thin. In the rooms where it's not already a problem, you don't have enough backup talent who are ready to play. As far as we know today, maybe training camp shows us something. Maybe the first couple weeks of the season show us something. Absolutely happens sometimes. I think like the 2019 Niners are an example of who you thought they were early in the offseason versus who they were starting in like week 2 or 3, where they just burned the NFL to the ground.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. And that's what, like, if you ask the Packers, like what strategy they've been building toward with how they're draft and develop, they're ready for the young guys to step up and start contributing. It's time. So we'll see if it works. Sorry. I do want to. Well, you want to do a word or phrase for the Bears?
I was just gonna say, I was gonna say defensive regression. They're not gonna get the EPA off turnovers this year that they got last year, and I think that they added the right pieces at safety. I just don't think it's going to matter enough because I just don't think they have much else. Like I think that's the biggest thing. Like I just don't think they have the horses. They have a horse. His name is Colston Loveland, and he will be one. And the interior offensive line, the 2 guards, great players. I just don't think. I think they're building for 2027 for me. Minnesota's opening schedule. I just want to say
Chicago would be carrying water. The media is going to carry water for Caleb and the offense all year, no matter what happens. And I don't think it's going to be pretty.
Yeah. Give me 96 for 11, 10, and 10 for Loveland this year.
He might be their entire offense.
96, 11, 10, and 10. You can quote me right there. Minnesota's opening salvo here for 26 really quick. Green Bay at home. Open the season. Interesting spot. Then we're going to Chicago, going to Tampa Bay, Miami, at New Orleans. The bye week comes, and then week 7 they have Indy. Very possible we're sitting there looking real nice. And then, 4 weeks in a row. You ready for this?
Okay.
At Detroit, Buffalo, at Green Bay, San Francisco. I think the nosedive starts right there for them. They might get one back with Atlanta. Carolina will be interesting late in the year, but then it's New England, Detroit, Commanders, get a nice one with the Jets, and then finish with Chicago. I just think that once they hit November, it's going to be the nosedive, which I think they'll take. They'll be like, all right, we're seeing some stuff from this guy and this guy. We just need the right QB. Kyler's the placeholder. Sure. Let's go get the QB. And I think that's what they see.
Maybe they can get like a reclamation project like Sam Darnold, maybe Daniel Jones.
Could you imagine if they get CJ Stroud?
That would be funny.
So
okay, your word or phrase for Minnesota?
Kyler gets exposed late.
I'm gonna go relitigate. We're gonna relitigate the 2025 season and the Kwesi era. And it's going to Vikings fans and NFL fans and NFL media by halfway through the season are going to be utterly indignant on behalf of Vikings fans at what this organization allowed J.J. McCarthy to do last year. That's my answer. We have to go because we're over time. But there's two things I want to hit real quick here. Iowa Joe said with it only being a couple weeks away, we should do a Major League Baseball draft episode.
That's a lot to ask. I don't know.
Here's what I know nothing about: the MLB draft. I like baseball. I know nothing about the MLB draft. It would be a very uninformed podcast. Doesn't mean we can't do it. I have a couple weeks to brush up and do a lot of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
The other one is too old for this. Says, who do y'all have winning the World Cup? I just want to say, I'm not very plugged into it, but I did put together my bracket last night. I know I'm like really on top of this and on time with everything, but here was my bracket that I did. I went everywhere on here. I went, what do I actually think is going to happen? Plus USA, USA, USA.
Where's my? Can I fill one out very quickly? Where is
Probably
this?
not. This took me like 25 minutes.
All right.
How about you bring it? How about?
Well, yeah, because we'll still have. Oh yeah, knockout stage will be set. Right. I think. Yeah, they are. That's my team, by the way.
Who,
That's what I'm
Norway?
rooting for. Yep. Holland and the boys. Would love to see that. I don't think they're going to win it. But who'd you got USA facing off? Okay. So we do not get. I'm not going to go there. We shouldn't go there.
I think Norway Argentina feels like a very realistic
Sure.
final.
Very possibly. England, France in the quarters would go
Isn't that
so
delicious?
hard. That
Isn't
goes
it
so
delicious?
hard. Wow.
I
England,
had to lean.
this
I had to put my
England
thumb on
road
the scale
is
a little
nuts, JJ. This is England going to murderer's row of opponents to even get to the semis is nuts. Might be the hardest path I've ever seen.
I had to put my thumb on the scale.
Portugal,
a little bit for
Mexico,
England, and
France, Argentina.
This is the exact
Goodness
path I wanted them
sakes.
to take. I was very proud of it.
Holy crap. That's insane for England to try to make a run. Wow.
It's a based map as well.
Yeah. Spain, USA. Just would be an honor to be there in the quarters.
Wouldn't it?
Would be an honor. But that's cool. Love that.
Told for this said USA versus England in the 250th anniversary on home turf would be crazy.
There's a chance
That
they
was a
can
missed
play...
opportunity. I should
don't know
have. If England could pull off the upset against Argentina, that could happen. That would be the
know if
greatest of
this
all
can
time,
still
and
happen.
nobody would ever buy that it wasn't rigged. Unfortunately,
England? I don't think England can lose their group now, right?
I don't know.
Presumably. I think there was a way that they could have played on July 4th, England and the USA, but I think England had to lose their group, like finish second. And it would be
Which
like
is weird that they didn't, because there's not much that England does better than losing.
But I don't know how that works. I don't even think that might not even be real, honestly. I feel like that's just a straight up lie that people are tweeting on the Bird app, which makes perfect sense. Because I thought it was like they were looking at like their path of like Belgium losing their group would be huge for them, which could set up an interesting matchup that we don't need to tackle right now. Maybe if it happens.
Wait, which one?
If you look at Belgium's group,
Belgium.
you will see a team in there, but I don't think we need to litigate that matchup unless it happens.
What do we look? Belgium, Austria, Argentina, Uruguay. What are you looking at? Belgium versus. What am I missing here? What
Aren't they in
history?
the group? Yeah.
What historical event?
Look at Group G. Look at Group G. Look at Group G.
You got to spell this out for me.
All right, Group G. Ready for the teams in Group G? Egypt, Iran, Belgium, and New Zealand.
Well, you may
Is
notice.
there something that
Iran
might
getting
stand
bounced
out to you?
immediately.
I know, but is there something that might stand out to you there?
I don't know who Belgium are rival. I know nothing about the
Yeah,
history of.
this is the
Oh,
deal. This is the matchup that could happen. There's a chance. There's
How does
still
that
a
have to do
chance.
with, what does that have to do with Belgium?
It's if Belgium continues to play very poorly.
Oh, I
You
was
can
look-
draw
okay.
this matchup
Okay.
here that Drew is putting in the comp.
Yeah.
That matchup can happen.
No, you will notice. I took care of business early on. I bounced
Fascinating.
Iran in the
Sure.
first round here
Sure.
because I'm a proud patriot.
I don't know if they're going to get bounced. I think there's going to be a setup for a possibility. Is all I'll say. I think it's going to be.
It would feed families, but what the people really want, I will say, if USA defeats Iran, then USA has to play England in the final. I don't make the rules. Sorry.
Yeah,
that's just how it works. And France is going to surrender. So, listen, that's our show. I hope you guys liked it. That's our show, and I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Do have to get going, unfortunately. It's way past the missus' bedtime. But I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thanks, and we'll see you next week here on Pack Project for Derailed. Go, Pack, go.